In the vast tapestry of existence, every connection is a thread delicately woven into the grand design of our becoming. When a woman reaches out, it is more than mere conversation. It is an echo of something timeless, a call from the universe itself, inviting you to awaken to the beauty of shared experience. Yet, amidst the rush of words and fleeting moments, the gravest mistake is not silence or misstep, but failing to honor the sanctity of that connection. For every encounter is a mirror, reflecting who we are and who we are meant to be. When we dismiss it carelessly, we are not merely losing a moment, but an entire symphony of possibility. Remember this: each interaction is a note in the divine music of life. To neglect its significance is to miss the melody meant only for you. Listen deeply, respond with intention, for within every connection lies the whispered poetry of your unfolding destiny. Imagine for a moment that life is a vast, intricate tapestry, each thread woven with intention, each connection adding depth to its design. When a woman reaches out to you, it is not merely a message, a call, or a fleeting interaction. It is a thread being gently placed in your hands by the universe itself. In that moment, you are being invited to participate in something far greater than yourself. Yet, so often, we overlook these moments. We dismiss them as ordinary, failing to see that nothing in this grand existence is ever truly random. Every connection we encounter is a reflection of the divine choreography of our lives. It arrives with purpose, carrying within it a lesson, a spark, or a possibility waiting to be realized. When you fail to see the sanctity in that, when you respond half-heartedly or not at all, you're not merely ignoring a message, you're turning away from a piece of your own unfolding story. And that is a real mistake. Because you see, every person who enters our life is like a mirror, reflecting back to us the truths we need to face, the growth we need to embrace, and the love we need to receive. A woman reaching out is not just reaching out to you, she's reaching into your world, offering you a moment to be seen, to connect, to evolve. To dismiss that is to deny yourself the beauty of what could be, a conversation that might shift your perspective, a relationship that could transform your path, or even a fleeting moment that leaves you forever changed. We are all threads in the same fabric, woven together by unseen hands. When you hold one of those threads, cherish it. For within every connection, no matter how brief, lies the quiet whisper of destiny calling your name. Don't let it go unheard. There's a certain magic in human connection, a delicate, intangible energy that flows between two souls when they truly see each other. But in our fast-paced world, it's easy to let that magic slip through our fingers. When a woman contacts you, the most common mistake isn't silence or hesitation. It's responding without authenticity, without presence. It's letting the noise of the world drown out the quiet truth of that moment. And isn't that a tragedy? Because every conversation is an opportunity to reveal who you are, not just who you think you need to be. Superficiality is the silent thief of connection. We've all done it. Responded with half-hearted words, distracted minds, or ego-driven motives. But when you reduce a moment to something shallow, you strip it of its meaning. And more importantly, you rob yourself of the chance to experience something real. A woman's message isn't just text on a screen or words in the air. It's an offering of her time, her energy, her presence. When you respond from a place of ego or indifference, you're not just disrespecting her, you're disrespecting the moment itself. True connection requires vulnerability. It asks you to drop the facade, to show up fully, and to engage with intention. It's not about saying the perfect thing or impressing someone with cleverness. It's about being real, and being real takes courage. But that's where the beauty lies. Because when you show up authentically, you create space for something profound to unfold. So the next time a woman reaches out, ask yourself, are you truly present? Are you responding from a place of honesty and sincerity? Or are you just passing through the moment without really being there? Remember this. Superficiality may feel easy in the moment, but it comes at the cost of depth. And depth is where life's most beautiful connections are born. Don't cheat yourself out of that. Be present. Be real. or you'll miss the magic entirely. Silence is often misunderstood. In the stillness between words, there's a quiet power, a space where reflection, understanding, and even love can thrive. But while silence can be meaningful, there's a fine line between silence and indifference. And that line, when crossed, can shatter something fragile, something beautiful. When a woman reaches out, her words carry weight. They are an invitation, a gesture of trust. Choosing not to respond isn't always the mistake. Sometimes silence can be thoughtful, deliberate, even necessary. But indifference? That's something entirely different. Indifference says you don't matter. It diminishes the courage it takes to reach out and disregards the vulnerability behind every message sent, every call made. There's something deeply human about wanting to be acknowledged, to be seen, to be heard. And when someone extends that desire to you, how you respond shapes not only their experience, but yours as well. It's easy to think that not responding is harmless. But what we fail to realize is that each moment of contact is a fragile bridge between two worlds. Indifference doesn't just burn that bridge. It leaves both sides standing in isolation, wondering what could have been. But let's be honest, sometimes we're not indifferent out of malice. Sometimes it's fear. Fear of vulnerability, fear of responsibility, or simply fear of the unknown. Yet, no meaningful connection was ever built on avoidance. Responding doesn't always mean you're committing to something beyond that moment. It means you're acknowledging the existence of another soul in your universe. And sometimes, that's enough. So when a woman contacts you, ask yourself, is your silence thoughtful or is it careless? Are you creating space for something meaningful or are you pushing away something that could have been? Because while silence can hold meaning, indifference leaves only emptiness. In a world full of fleeting moments, don't let indifference be the reason you lose something extraordinary. Every interaction we have, every word we speak carries energy. It's an invisible force, but one that shapes our relationships in profound ways. When a woman reaches out to you, it's not just about the words she says or the message she sends. It's about the energy behind that moment, the intention, the emotion, the vulnerability she offers. And the way you respond isn't just about your words either. It's about the energy you return. This exchange is delicate, yet powerful. It's a dance, and your intentions are the music that guides it. We often forget that people can feel our energy even when they can't see us. A rushed response, a distracted tone, or a lack of sincerity, these things are felt more deeply than we realize. And it's not about being perfect or saying all the right things. It's about being present. When your intentions are genuine, when your energy is sincere, it creates a connection that transcends the surface. But when your intentions are unclear, when your energy is careless, it creates distance. Every time you interact with someone, you're adding a thread to the story you're weaving together. If that thread is frayed with insincerity, the whole story weakens. But if it's woven with intention, it becomes something beautiful, something lasting. The mistake many make is believing that their intentions don't matter as long as their words sound right. But words are just vessels. It's the energy behind them that gives them life. So, when a woman contacts you, ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into this moment? Am I showing up with clarity, respect, and authenticity? Or am I letting my own distractions and fears cloud the connection? Because in the dance of human connection, your intentions are the rhythm. And if your rhythm is off, you risk losing the dance altogether. Reaching out to someone isn't always easy. It takes courage to open that door, to offer a part of yourself without knowing how it will be received. When a woman contacts you, it's more than just a message, it's a moment of vulnerability. And vulnerability is one of the most powerful yet fragile things we can offer each other. In that moment, she is saying, here I am. I trust you enough to reach into your world, and that trust, it deserves to be honored. But too often we take that bravery for granted. We see a text, a call, a gesture, and we forget the human being behind it. the emotions, the hopes, the fears that might have come with pressing send. We underestimate the weight of that moment. The mistake isn't in forgetting to respond or in not knowing what to say. The real mistake is in failing to recognize the sheer bravery it takes for someone to reach out in the first place. When someone offers you their vulnerability, it's a gift. And like any gift, how you receive it matters. You don't have to say the perfect thing or make grand gestures. Sometimes all it takes is acknowledgement, presence and respect. Because when you honor someone's vulnerability, you're not just being kind. You're creating a space where genuine connection can flourish. And isn't that what we're all searching for? To be seen, to be heard, to be valued. So the next time a woman contacts you, remember that her message is more than words on a screen. It's a piece of her world being offered to you. Honor that. Because every time you do, you're not just respecting her courage, you're nurturing something far greater than either of you alone. Vulnerability is the birthplace of connection. Cherish it, or risk losing something real before it even begins. Life is made up of moments. Fleeting, delicate, and often unexpected. Each one carries with it the potential to shift our path, to shape our story in ways we can't yet imagine. When a woman contacts you, it might seem like just another moment, another interaction in the day. But what if it's not? What if that single moment holds within it an entire universe of possibilities waiting to unfold? And here's where the mistake happens. When you fail to see the significance of that moment, you don't just lose an opportunity, you lose an entire universe that could have been. We often assume that life's biggest moments come with grand gestures or loud announcements. But sometimes they arrive quietly in the form of a message, a call, or a simple hello. It's easy to dismiss these small moments because they don't always feel significant at first. But the truth is, every connection we make ripples through our lives, shaping the journey in ways we can't fully grasp until much later. Think about it. How many times have we looked back and realized that one seemingly small choice changed everything? That one conversation altered the course of our lives? Every time someone reaches out to you, especially someone who sees value in connecting with you, it's an invitation from the universe. And every time you ignore that invitation or respond carelessly, you're not just letting go of a moment. You're letting go of what that moment could have become. You don't have to know where the connection will lead. That's not the point. The point is to honor the moment enough to find out. Because every interaction has the power to rewrite your story in ways you never expected. Don't lose a universe of possibilities because you didn't see the value in a single moment. Sometimes the smallest moments hold the greatest magic.